Greetings again everyone, welcome back to my channel. Here we have another algebraic exponential equation that we're going to solve. So here we have x squared minus x cubed equals 80, and we are trying to find the value of x. Please feel free to pause this video and see if you can figure this one by yourself. If not, let us solve this together. You can also check out my playlist to see how to solve other algebraic exponential equations. Okay, so now let us go ahead and write our solutions down below. So our equation is that x squared minus x cubed is equal to 80. We start by bringing our 80 to the left hand side of the equation, and we do this by subtraction. So subtracting it on both sides of the equation, we get x squared minus x cubed minus 80 is equal to 0. Now we can take our 80 and break it into two parts, where we have negative 64 minus 16. You will see why we choose these numbers in just a bit. Now we're going to plug these numbers into our equation as follows. So we have x squared minus 16, and 16 is a squared number, which is 4 squared. So we have minus 4 squared. And just like our 16, the 64 is a cubic number. So we would put that with x cubed, so we have minus x cubed minus, we know 4 cubed is 64, so we have minus 4 cubed, and we have that equals to 0. Now in doing all of this, it makes our equation more possible and easier to solve. So now here we have what is called the difference of two squares, where if we have a squared minus b squared, we can expand this by having a pair of double brackets, with one being a plus b and the other being a minus b. And if we also look here, we will see that we have what is called the difference of two cubes, where if we have a cubed minus b cubed, we can expand this by having a minus b in one bracket, and in the other bracket we would have a squared plus ab plus b squared. So now we need to express our equation using what we have here. So let's go ahead and do that. So we are just going to express this equation as follows, where we have x plus 4 in one bracket using the difference of two squares, and x minus 4 in the other bracket. Then we will subtract that from this expression where we have the difference of two cubes, and we expand this by having x minus 4 in one bracket, and in the other bracket we have x squared plus 4x plus, we know 4 squared is going to give us 16, so that's plus 16. And then we have all of this equal to 0. And now if we look here, we can factor out by grouping. So we have x minus 4 two times, so we can group that into our x squared plus 4x plus 16. And in doing this, we'll keep back our negative sign and also x plus 4 in brackets. So let us go ahead and write this out. So we said that we would keep back x plus 4, and we'll have that in one bracket, and then in another pair of brackets we will have negative, and then in bracket we would have x minus 4, close that bracket, and then we would write back x squared plus 4x plus 16, and then close that bracket and have all of this equal to 0. So now we're just going to simplify what we have in brackets. We're going to do this by just rewriting the x plus 4 and simplifying the other bracket. So we said that x plus 4 must be in one bracket, and in the other bracket we have negative times x is going to give us negative x, and negative times a negative gives us a positive 4, and then we write back x squared plus 4x plus 16, and that's equal to 0. So now we're just going to go ahead and simplify what we have here. So we have x plus 4 in one bracket, and then we open our other pair of brackets, and then we simplify here. So we can start by writing x squared, and then we have plus 4x minus our x, and then we have plus 16, and then we have plus 4, and we can set that equal to 0. So now we apply our zero property rule, where we have x plus 4 is equal to 0, or x squared plus 3x plus 20 is equal to 0. So now we'll solve x by subtracting 4 on both sides. so that we cancel out 4 on the left, and on the right we would have negative 4. So that means that the value for x here is that x equals negative 4. And then here, to solve for x, we can use our quadratic formula, where we have a equals 1, b equals 3, and c equals 20. Our quadratic rule states that if we want to solve x, then we have minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So all that we'll be doing is that we're plugging in the values of a, b, and c that we have above, where we have negative 3 plus or minus the square root of 3 squared minus 4 times 1 times 20 all over 2 times 1. So now that leaves us with x is equal to negative 3 plus or minus the square root of, 3 squared is 9, and we have minus 4 times 1 times 20 is going to give us 80. That's negative 3 plus or minus the square root of 9 minus 80 all over 2. So now just to write this out, we would now have negative 3 plus or minus the square root of 9 minus 8 is going to give us negative 71, and we have all of that over 2. So that therefore leaves us with x is equal to negative 3 plus or minus the square root of 71 times the root of negative 1 all over 2. So this means that we would have negative 3 plus or minus the square root of 71, and we know that the square root of negative 1 is I. So that means we would have negative 3 plus or minus the square root of 71 I or times I all over 2. So now that leaves us with two other solutions of x, where in this case we have one solution as negative 3 plus the root of 71 I all over 2, and for the other solution is that x is also equal to negative 3 minus the root of 71 I all over 2. So the first solution we have for x is that x is equal to negative 4, and this is our real solution of x. And for these other two solutions of x, these are what we call complex solutions, as both solutions have I in them, where I is an imaginary number. So now let's see if we can verify our solution for x, where we said that x is equal to negative 4. So our equation was that x squared minus x cubed is equal to 80. And while solving this equation, we found that x is equal to negative 4. So we write negative 4 in brackets squared minus negative 4 in bracket cube is equal to 80. And negative times a negative gives us a positive, and 4 times 4 gives us 16. So we have 16 minus negative 4 cubed. We know that negative 4 cubed gives us negative 64, and we have all of this equal to 80. 16 minus negative 64, we know that a negative and a negative is going to give us a positive. So we would then have 16 plus 64, which also equals 80. And there we have it. Our solution of x is verified. X is equal to negative 4. Now thanks for staying with me until the end on solving this algebraic equation. If you like this video, please smash that like button and subscribe for more math videos like these. And until then, take care.